Northamptonshire. BBC Northampton.
Really, at the setting up and why the Poppies were called the Poppies and all that kind of thing, and whether there is a Second World War
Whether there is
bomber
a bomber under the pitch, yes.
I can't believe it to be true.
Neither can I, but it says so here. I've got the press release to prove it.
Somebody called Mel Hopkins is the club's historian and will be talking to us in just a while. Now, the reason for all this is that, of course, Kettering Town Football Club marked a century of football on their Rockingham Road ground last night. They lost 3-2 to the Premiership side Leicester City, but the Poppies fans treated the game like a huge birthday party. Recent discussions about whether to relocate the pitch to another site are, of course, still unresolved. Players Phil Brown, Craig Norman and Paul Cox joined fans in praising the club.
I love it here. I mean, it's a lovely surface to play on. It means a lot to me because I've done well here before, so I really enjoy it. Started the season quite well. We're in the FA Cup in a week or so hopefully carry on doing well in the league and have a good cup run.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure, to be honest, with all the history that comes with the ground. People like Tommy Lawton, Ron Atkinson have been here, so it's an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, the same really. It's, as he says, people like Ron Atkinson, some of the biggest names in the Andy Hunt, went on to West Brom, now at Charlton. So it's nice to follow in their footsteps and play here, really.
We're not in a bad position at this stage of the season. Around Christmas time, if we're up at 10%, could be up there.
We brought my little lad here tonight, haven't we? Plays for the little Poppies junior team, and Poppies has been around for 100 years now, so support them as much as you can, ain't you, really?
I like football, really.
Well, it's been nice to have another 100 years here, or at a new ground, wherever. As long as there's football at Kettering Town, as long as somebody who runs the club wants success at Kettering, that's what we all want. We need success here. Be a shame not to get it, wouldn't it?
I've been coming here 60 years of them, so I think it's wonderful that they've done 100 years, and we always stand in the same spot. So they're going to put a plaque there for us, I think.
That's quite an achievement, really, considering all the bad times the club's had over the last 20-odd years that I've been supporting them.
Put on the new ground that they're hoping to get.
I think it's marvellous. I know we're not going to stop here for too much longer, but it's a nice spot. I like it here.
Superb, absolutely superb. I think it's a greater tradition, and I bet a lot of the old timers have seen some great players on here.
I think it's a very good club, and I hope it's here for another 100 years. And I hope they sort themselves out and get some money like the Diamonds have got, and then we might be able to compete.
Actually, seeing the relative league positions, Poppies aren't far behind the Diamonds.
Very, very close to them.
So, stick your money on the Poppies for promotion if you like. Well, Mel Hopkins is the club's historian and joins us on the phone now. Mel, good morning.
Good morning.
Now, interestingly, it's possible that the celebrations are a touch late, about a year late, because you could have celebrated this last year, couldn't you?
Well, yes. I don't think time was... the celebration was out of the question last year, the way that we were playing. Celebrating a win would have been good enough. But yes, Kettering's first game on Rockingham Road was on the 4th of September 1897, so we are 1 year, 1 month out of sync with the 100 years celebration. Now, people must remember that the club is 126 years old, not 100. It's just 100 years of playing at Rockingham Road.
Playing on that particular ground, yes. What about this thing that we looked in some conference news that told that there's a bomber, a B-17 or B-24, which nosedived, went under the pitch in World War II and is still under there. Is there any truth in it?
I had a phone call yesterday telling me this. I thought it was a Noel Edmonds wind-up. I thought, this is just unbelievable. There are 6,500 drainage bricks underneath the ground, but no B-52 bomber. That is just... I don't know where this come from.
I mean, it's 50-odd years ago, but here it sits. It sits in the press release from the football conference at the bottom of the first page, so you can blame them for it. Now, where did the nickname Poppies come from?
Now, another misconception is that people said that when people were walking up to the ground, they went up, they were watching the poppies in the fields. Again, this is just not true. In 1907, the Poppies got the name just because of the colour of the strip they were wearing. In those days, most football clubs took the nicknames from the colour of the strip, like Canaries was for Norwich. Bournemouth had red, they was cherries. A lot of clubs took Robin, the Robins. Kettering took Poppies just because of Poppy Red. That is the reason.
Many people are aware of the famous Yeovil slope, but I understand that at Kettering, the early pitch, in fact, did have a big slope. Is that right?
A very big slope. If anyone knows Kettering and stands at the bottom of Britannia Road and looks up, they will see what the pitch must have looked like. Yes, it was a rather big slope. This is why I'm saying about the B-52 bomber. Just after the war, in 1946, they had to take about 11,000 tons of earth from the top end. They took 12 feet of earth from the top end, the Cowper Street end, and deposited it down the bottom end to make it a level pitch.
So, you've been destroying all the myths, well done. And if you had to pick one character out, no, that's fine. We want the truth. That's what we're here for. You wouldn't think so sometimes, but we are. If you wanted to pick just one character briefly, because we've got the news coming up on us fairly quickly, but who would you pick out in the history of Kettering Town?
Well, he wouldn't be a football player. He would have to be the chairman of John Nash, who was at the club from 1955 to 1977. 22 years as a director, 21 years as chairman, and in his time, we won the Southern League 4 times. We had Tommy Lawton, Jack Froggatt, Derek Dugan at the club. We had the best stand outside football league built in actually that was built in 1973, so it's the 25th anniversary of the stand. So whereas now Rushden and Diamonds got Max Griggs, Kettering had John Nash, but I'm afraid we didn't get elected into the Football League. Well, you never know. All you got to do is beat them to promotion this season. Mel, thank you very much for being with us. Thank you. That's Mel Hopkins, club historian for the Poppies. Now, there are events on, but if I start